Tijuana. You've probably heard a lot about this place, but what's the real Tijuana? It's complicated. It's a melting pot on a border wall. People come from all over Mexico in pursuit of one dream or another, bringing their unique culinary cravings with them. This Mexico is new to me. Not towering cathedrals overlooking peaceful town squares. This place is alive. Here in Tijuana, they're making it up as they go and you can taste it. Tacos, tortas, modern, molecular, Tijuana has it covered. And believe me, I'll be trying all of it. First bite in Tijuana. And of course, I'm bringing the flavors of Tijuana back home to my kitchen. I'm making an outrageous Tijuana take on a shrimp taco, tacos gobernador, and a show-stopping but easy to put together chorizo stuffed pork loin with a 3 Chiles adobo sauce. I overpromised, but I really over-delivered.
Dame, dame, dame tu piloncillo, dame, dame, dame café caliente, dame, dame, dame tu corazón.
If we're gonna get to know Tijuana, we need to get a feel for Baja first, a vast peninsula. Almost 800 miles of beautiful coastline, stretching all the way from the United States border wall in the north to the southern tip, the Arc in Los Cabos. To drive it would take over 24 hours in what some call the ultimate road trip, through seaside port towns, wine country, fishing villages, and major tourist destinations. But the gateway for this journey is right up here at the top, on the border wall in Tijuana. We've all heard something about this place, but what's the real Tijuana? For me, the best place to start is the beating heart of the city, the street food. That is the sound of my mouth watering.
Que si me hacen una torta, por favor. First bite in Tijuana.
Torta's Wash is Tijuana's first torta stand, and this place is legendary. They only sell one thing, torta with carne asada. That's it. And the name Wash? Just look over to the left. Tijuana's first and most delicious tortas are at the car wash.
It has the crust of like a chapata, but it goes so well with the meat that is really nicely marinated.
Torta's Wash is a family-run business since it was founded. Manuel is one of 5 brothers who inherited the stand from their father, who opened it in 1964. Like so many delicious things here in Tijuana, this torta was born out of a craving. And remember what I said about people making it up as they go here? This torta is the perfect example.
What's the story of Torta's Wash? Because the only thing that I know is that it's the longest-standing, best tortas in Tijuana.
My father started.
And your dad comes from where?
Jalisco. He is from Jalisco. He was working at Washmobile, and the owner of that place asked him to put something to eat because at that time there was no food around there. He started selling tacos, and one day he bought some bread for him, and he put meat in the bread.
Just because he loved bread, or?
Quería probar algo diferente. It was the first time someone did that.
It was the first time that instead of doing a carne asada taco, they put it in a torta.
Yes.
And then it became an insane hit.
Yeah.
Oh, he wants 4.
This is the best tortas of Tijuana.
You've been eating these tortas for how long?
54 years.
But how old are you?
54.
Oh, so since you were born, you've been eating...
I was here.
Oh, a loyal customer. So it feels like here in Tijuana, it's like this bottleneck or this hub of Mexicans from all over Mexico, right?
Yes.
And when you're telling me about the bread, this is a bread that comes from Jalisco. It feels like here you guys have no rules. Your dad just made the torta he wanted to make.
He makes the bread, the torta for him for that time.
Most of your customers have been here since you were a little boy.
Yes.
So it's like an extended family thing.
Yes, we are brothers, cousins, nephews. brothers-in-law, and all of them.
What does it feel like to be part of this family tradition and to be carrying it on?
A lot of joys and
Yeah.
proud of my relatives and my father. She started like from nothing.
You guys kind of did the American dream, but south of the border. You're living the Tijuana dream.
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
The food in Tijuana is so outrageously delicious, especially the street food. And what you find everywhere are tacos. These tacos that I'm gonna show you to make are called tacos gobernador. They have a very, very tasty and chunky shrimp filling, and they're overloaded with cheese. I'm cutting 1.5 white onions. And some governor tacos have poblano chilies and some have green bell pepper. Now, you know where I stand on this one. Poblano chiles all the way, 1,000 times a poblano over a green bell pepper, because the poblano is just so charming and they have so much depth of flavor. 5 garlic cloves. And we're gonna chop them. And I'm using 2 Roma tomatoes, cored and seeded. And I have a non-stick skillet over medium-high heat, and I'm gonna add 4 tablespoons of butter. Onion and poblano with butter is like this crazy good combination. There's something about chilies and anything that has to do with a milk product that tames the heat of the chiles, and also shrimp. I mean, shrimp love butter. Now we're gonna let the onion and the poblanos cook for about 3 to 4 minutes. We really want the onion to soften, and we want the poblanos to start releasing their heat and their flavor. Delicious. Now I'm gonna go get the shrimp. So I'm gonna cut them into bite-sized pieces. I just wanna make these easy for me to assemble, and they also cook more evenly. I started making these shrimp tacos right after I came back from Baja. I made them for the boys, and they loved them. And I love them because you can make a meal for an entire family in 10 minutes. This is the moment we've been waiting for, which is when the onions have just begun to brown. I'm adding the garlic right now. So now this is gonna go really fast. So I'm gonna add the tomatoes, 3 tablespoons of chipotle in adobo sauce. You may be wondering why one chile with another chile, because chiles love the company of other chiles. 2 tablespoons about of tomato paste. It's gonna give it a little bit more sweetness. This looks like such a delicious mess already, and I love delicious messes. And I'm adding 2 teaspoons of your favorite sauce, Worcestershire sauce, W sauce, half a teaspoon of salt, and I'm gonna add the shrimp right in the middle, 1.5 pounds, and these look so pretty already. And I wanna cook these just until the shrimp cooks through. I don't wanna overcook the shrimp. I want it to be crisp, and I want it to stay really plump and sweet. I wanted to have a nice, like, deep bite when I bite into it, so it's really gonna take a minute. I'm gonna add my tortillas in the comal, shredded Oaxaca cheese. Not just a little, I'm adding like a mountain of cheese. When you're making quesadillas or these shrimp governor tacos and you want the cheese to melt faster, then you fold it as if it were a quesadilla. And you know why this is incredible? You know why this is incredible? You want the cheese to start melting and come out of the tortilla and go into the comal and start creating a crust, which is what we Mexicans call chicharrón de queso, which is so delicious, so delicious, so delicious. My mouth is watering right now. We're gonna add the shrimp governor mixture right in there. Oh, look at that cheese. That is just perfect. That super messy cheese is just perfect. Ah,
Look at that.
A little pickled chile and red onion.
It is so crispy and gooey and tasty, and the shrimp is just cooked to perfection. You guys, for your next taco night, Taco Tuesday, I'll give you the governor taco.
So much of Mexican cuisine is about tradition. Thousands of years of recipes and techniques passed down from generation to generation. That is not the story of Tijuana, where the food scene is constantly reinventing itself. One of the chefs leading the way is this wild man, Miguel Ángel Guerrero. Miguel and his wife Judy own La Querencia together. They're proud of everything Baja has to offer.
We have Baja California with the best seas that we can have.
You have the Sea of Cortez
Cortez
and
y
the
el
Pacific
Pacífico.
Ocean.
We have a lot of fish, meat, wherever you can think, Baja California, La República has it all.
Tijuana dates back to the late 1800s, not that old by Mexican standards. Instead of talking about history and traditions, most conversation here is focused north.
Tijuana is a very young city still with the most interesting frontier. It's California.
Being located right on the border of California, Tijuana draws people from every different state in Mexico. They all come to the frontier in search of opportunity.
The opportunity maybe to cross the border. Some people made it, some people they didn't,
And
so
stayed.
they stay here.
You have people here that are adventurous.
Yes, all of the people, they came from Puebla, Oaxaca, Querétaro, Yucatán. They
Zacatecas.
bring their ingredients to Tijuana. So we grab them with the products that we have, our fish, our meats, and we made this cuisine. Why?
That's still in the making.
Yes, it's still in the making.
Chef Miguel truly embodies that adventurous Tijuana spirit.
We're going to mix
Yes.
seafood and wild game.
Oh.
It's gonna be grilled stuff, octopus tentacle,
Surf and turf.
kind of.
From the bounty of Baja, sausage made with deer and jackrabbit, and grilled octopus stuffed with olives and capers.
Look at these, because I've never seen octopus with potato this way. He has the potato that he turned into a spaghetti, and it has, wait. Under the potato, there's jalapeno.
For creative dishes like this, Chef Miguel relies on his sous chef Maggie, who brings more than just a helping hand to his kitchen.
¿Y tú eres de aquí, de Tijuana?
De Puebla.
Maggie comes from Puebla, and she works here with Miguel, so it just comes to prove how Tijuana has people from all over Mexico.
She brings all that stuff from Puebla and put it to the Baja man.
So this is the one that Miguel Ángel did. So here we have the hunter caveman version, Miguel Ángel, and then you have the female touch of Maggie. You can compare. Women power. And now you're gonna fry it. This inventiveness and creativity, is that a huge part of the cuisine of Baja and Tijuana?
It is. We're making it right now in this moment. We don't have a cocino Baja. We're making it in this moment in particular. Well,
It's incredible.
I'm glad you like it.
You should be so proud.
Thank
you have
you.
to finish it with me. In my kitchen here, I already shared with you some shrimp tacos. Now wait until you see this chorizo stuffed pork roast. We're going to start with a 3 chile adobo. And this is very simple to do because you already know what an adobo is. An adobo is a chile-based sauce that has some seasonings, a little bit of vinegar. Today we're gonna use 3 chiles. So we have the guajillo, which is just a very mild chile that's very pleasing. It's like a comforting base. Then we have the pasilla. This is very bitter. And the ancho, which looks very, very different. This is a sweet and a little bit chocolatey. But anyway, you have 3 very different ingredients that are going to make a really, really fascinating and rich tasting adobo.
I'm using 2 guajillo chiles, 2 pasilla chiles, and 2 ancho chiles.
1 garlic clove, 1 Roma tomato. Pour some water just until they're nice and covered, and then I'm gonna bring them to a medium simmer for about 10 to 12 minutes. While that cooks, I'm gonna get my filling. Couple of tablespoons of vegetable oil, and I have a half a pound of Mexican-style chorizo, and I have about 3 ounces of bacon. I'm gonna add the chorizo. I always think of chorizo like as a very, very happy and lively addition to whatever you add it to, because it has so much going on. It has the achiote, it has the chiles, it has a complex flavor, you know, that's gonna be the base of the filling. And then we're gonna add another meat in here, the pork bacon. And it's gonna start frying in the rendered fat of the chorizo. So, double because now the bacon is gonna start rendering its fat into the fat of the chorizo. As the chorizo cooks, it tends to clump together, so you have to separate it with your wooden spatulas or spoons so that you have a filling that doesn't have big chunks of chorizo. This is right when you want to add the vegetables and the fruits because the chorizo is already nice and crisp. Half a cup of onion, a half a cup of celery, my plantain that I just diced, and a little green apple, 1/3 of a cup of slivered almonds. So here you have a little bit of spicy, you have a little bit of salty, you have that very soft, mushy plantain, and then you have that acid green apple and the nice nutty crunch of the almond. So this is really a delicious filling. So we're gonna let these continue to soften. We have the chiles that are already rehydrated and plumped up, which means that we're ready to make our adobo. I'm gonna add about a cup of the liquid because we love the liquid, because look at the color. It's not only rich in color, but it's very rich in taste. 2 tablespoons of white distilled vinegar, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, 1/2 teaspoon, so a little more of allspice,
And 1 teaspoon of oregano.
have a little bit of salt. We are adding some black pepper too. We're going to puree these until completely smooth, and this is gonna be our 3 chile adobo. I'm gonna get the pork loin from the refrigerator. So we're gonna butterfly this pork loin. And you can ask your butcher to butterfly it for you, but it's really fun to butterfly meat. And you're gonna make an incision of about 1/4 inch deep, and then you just start unrolling the meat. So in Mexico, we love making stuffed roasts. We call it lomo relleno. Cover it in plastic wrap because I wanna pound it to make it a little bit even. The great thing about pounding it is that you're also tenderizing it. We're gonna add some of the adobo on the baking sheet. Spread some of that adobo. Now I'm gonna add the rest of the adobo right here on top. Look at these. I mean, this is just making me so happy. I love food like this so very much. It's food that makes you just want to jump in there. It's an incredibly delicious adobo, and look at the beautiful piece of meat, and look at the filling. It's just, So now I'm just gonna start rolling.
Tie it up and cover with aluminum foil.
I'm gonna roast these like this covered for 50 minutes. After 50 minutes, take the foil off, raise the temperature up to 400 degrees, put it back in the oven and roast for another 20 minutes just until it browns on top.
Tijuana, the food scene is unexpected, playful, and constantly changing. One of the reasons for that, Tijuana is bustling with young energy, young tourists, locals, and chefs. The millennial crowd here is driving creativity and demand. Chef Rufo Ibarra is one of those innovative new chefs. We're sharing a drink at Telefónica Gastropark, a brewery with 10 to 15 delicious food trucks, a favorite local hangout of the young crowd.
So I see you're like the young face of Baja.
There's younger, but I'm around there. We do have a very, very big movement with young people, very creative people. Now they're entrepreneurs and they're restaurant owners or they're opening a food truck. So what happened is they started a cultural movement around food.
Everybody's a foodie here.
Every truck, every taco stand, it has a personality.
This new Baja cuisine that's really young.
Yes.
And I'm wondering what ignited the creation of it? Like, was it Tijuana trying to find its voice?
There's two very important chapters to Tijuana to end up where we are right now.
Okay.
First, it was prohibition in the States. So Tijuana became the party scene for alcohol and gambling. Second chapter is a very bad chapter for Tijuana. The cartels came down and it got really, really bad. After this really, really bad era, we actually do a really good job and get the city back. We changed the direction from a party scene city to a cultural city.
It seems that the number one thing that people are coming for is food.
One of the many fabulous food trucks here at Telefónica Gastropark, Humo, is owned by a good friend of Rufo's.
Rufo?
Is he your partner?
Yeah, it's one of my best friends.
Chef Giovanni Bracea. His pork and beef sausages are packed with personality.
We have only 3 things on the menu, so that's it.
Okay.
The one that you're gonna order is gonna be the bacon and the pork. Those are the 2 favorites.
I love it when people tell me what to do in their restaurant.
This amazing sandwich comes with sweet bacon sausage, topped with bacon candy, Dijon mustard, cotija cheese, and house dressing.
I am coming in.
It's a big bite.
This is like, o sea, es como todos tus antojos en un hot dog.
Es como raro porque me dice it's bacon.
The bread is soft, it's crusty, but it's not hard. You have the sweet, and then you have the mustard, which is tangy and a little bit spicy, so
Yes.
it's Dijon.
The hits just keep on coming at Humo. Giovanni's neck sausage is pulled pork and beef, topped with red cabbage, some paprika, and barbecue sauce.
Here, there you go. You need a napkin.
Completely different.
It is.
A little bit spicy. I love the combination of meats. And then the coleslaw is a little bit tangy, and the corn is sweet. I mean,
The way
it's
you're
just...
describing it, I'm gonna put you over here and just sell the whole thing.
Okay, so this is the test. We have to show it to James, because
Right.
if something is really good, he'll take a bite after I'm done. This is gonna make for an amazing meal, but this is also gonna make for amazing leftovers. Yes, oh my gosh, and yes, it looks gorgeous, and I'm so happy right now. I mean, this is just so festive looking. It's so incredibly complexly layered, but not an overpowering way. It is just so festive and so delicious. And it really talks about what I tasted in Tijuana and in Baja. It's all these incredible ingredients that end up being really nurturing, filling family meals.